What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about the Season 1 weapons and how to unlock them in Black Ops 6 and Warzone. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and as a big reminder, there's plenty of brand new article coverage going up on detonated.com for those that want to stay up to date with all things Call of Duty. Just last night, I posted a video talking about every single upcoming bundle that we know of so far, which will be releasing periodically throughout the first season. You can also take a look at the stockpile, which will be updated with all Black Ops 6 cosmetics as those do begin to release in the next few weeks. With that though, let's start off with some of the additional loadout content that is going to be dropping beginning on November the 14th. So as they confirmed, we have a new perk for multiplayer called Shadow. It'll be in the second perk slot and also be a strategist type of perk, and it'll allow you to be undetectable to enemy traps and even mines. Those can be pretty frustrating to go up against inside of matches of MP, so a perk to protect you from traps and mines I think is definitely worth considering. But we then have the Shrapnel Radar perk coming mid-season. So Reloaded should be around December the 12th-ish if the guesstimates are correct. This will be in the third perk slot and will be a recon type of perk. Now it says dealing blast damage to enemies will reveal them on your minimap. This includes any enemies affected by your area of effect, tacticals, lethals, and field upgrades. So that might be a perk that ends up getting nerfed later down the line, considering people out there are already frustrated with the recon specialist perks. Now we also have a new kill streak coming day 1, November 14th, and that is the hand cannon, a returning score streak from Black Ops Cold War. It will be available to use in multiplayer and even zombies. It will require 900 score to earn, and there will be mastery badges tied to this score streak, as we also have mastery badges for other streaks in the game, and they're also just great opportunities to earn a bunch of XP bonuses as you use whatever that weapon or streak is continuously. So it's a powerful large caliber handgun with high bullet damage and penetration. You can take out score streaks really quick with it, and it's always a one hit on every single enemy in the match. I think it's going to be crazy to see people use this hand cannon to immediately gain an advantage in that match, possibly earning them a nuke if they just use it at the right time. Maybe the War Machine will also get added in the future, which will definitely create an easy pathway for a lot of folks to get some fairly high streaks. Now lastly, there's a wild card called High Roller coming during Season 1 Reloaded, and as they said, when equipped, this allows the player to have a 4th score streak to earn towards the core 6v6 MP matches. They clarify that because you obviously can't earn score streaks in face-off, but they also suggest pairing this with a hand cannon. That's going to be mental. If people out there are running, let's say, a helicopter, hand cannon, harp, and even what could be a chopper gunner, or eventually if they add dogs, those are some pretty lethal combinations of score streaks that players could earn in a single life. But moving on to weaponry, there's actually a new method in which we're going to be earning weapons through, which I think is pretty exciting. So let's start off with the KRIG-C assault rifle. I believe it's very similar to the KRIG that we had back in Cold War. You're going to be unlocking this on page 3 as the HVT tier reward in the Season 1 Battle Pass. I talked all about the Battle Pass in a recent video that I'll have linked down below. On page 14 of the pass, there will also be a blueprint for the KRIG that you can choose to go ahead and unlock instead. As a reminder, when it comes to how the prestige system works, if you have a blueprint for a certain weapon, that means you can infinitely use that weapon forever, even if the base weapon gets locked after you prestige. But I think as far as DLC weapons go, they'll never really be relocked when you do prestige. That's just my assumption right now. But this weapon has 43 levels, 3 mags, and 30 bullets in its initial mag size. Yes, there will be mastery badges, and as they mentioned, it's a fully auto assault rifle with high damage and average handling. Recoil pattern starts very controllable before ramping up a little bit. But then we have the Saug SMG, a weapon that's returning from Black Ops 4 2018. It'll be available on page 3 of the Battle Pass through the HVT tier reward, but there's also a blueprint for it on page 11 of the Battle Pass. So whenever a weapon's referred to as an HVT, just know that you have to unlock the other tiers on that page first before accessing the final tier, which could be a ranged weapon, could be a blueprint, or even an operator skin. That's typically how every single Battle Pass map works. So this weapon has 39 levels, 4 magazines, and 36 bullets in its initial magazine. Yes, there'll be mastery badges, and as they mentioned here, it has excellent mobility and good handling with a great rate of fire, but high recoil that of course we're going to end up tweaking through the gunsmith and figuring out the best meta attachments for this returning weapon. We then have the Maelstrom. This is a new shotgun that is going to be unlocked through an event reward. So I love that they're bringing back this system that we saw in Cold War, where by completing an event, you get a new weapon. We saw this in Season 6, Cold War's Haunting, where you unlock the Slappa SMG by finishing the Halloween challenges. So it's unclear what event this is exactly tied to, but the event is reportedly dropping during the mid-season. So this shotgun will have 34 levels, 3 magazines with 10 bullets in its initial mag, mastery badges, and plenty of accessories that you can customize this weapon with, but it's a fully automatic shotgun with good range and handling, but high recoil and a large hip spread. Now I'd be curious to see if this ends up taking over the ASG as far as the meta weapon over in Black Ops 6 Zombies, but we then have the AMR Mod 4. It's a sniper rifle coming mid-season, also through an event unlock. It looks similar to the M82 or just the Barrett 50 cal in general, and this is going to have 38 levels, 4 magazines with 6 bullets in its initial mag, got some mastery badges, and it's considered a semi-automatic sniper, one-shot kill to the torso, arms, hands, and upper legs. It has very high recoil though, and a slow rate of fire. You can steady your aim while ADSing, just to be clear. Now they also mentioned this may just be the hardest hitting sniper inside of Black Ops 6, and inflicting major damage out to 100 meters is possible with this new weapon, which to me is pretty scary. But we next up have a new secondary coming, the Sirin 9mm, also releasing mid-season through a special event reward. Now notice the terminology, right? The other weapons I just mentioned were unlocked through an event reward, right? The Maelstrom shotgun and the AMR sniper, but this secondary is unlocked through a special event reward. The artwork for the Hitless challenge event coming later in Season 1 does feature an image of this new secondary, so I wonder why this is called a special event, whereas the other ones weren't, but only time will tell. This secondary is going to come with 30 levels to grind through, 3 magazines, and about 32 bullets in its initial mag. Got some mastery badges, but they mention it's a fully automatic specialty weapon offering SMG characteristics as a secondary, but it does have a slow rate of fire, so this is going to be probably one of the most overpowered pistols allowed in multiplayer and probably even Warzone. Now they said the weapon has a moderate kick after each shot fired, but will be in a brand new special category within secondary weapons. So it's essentially a giant fully auto pistol, but it won't be considered a pistol as far as where you find it in the create a class menu. But then we have a brand new melee weapon, the Power Drill, which looks like a lot of fun. I think Black Ops 3 did a great job introducing crazy, unique melee weapons. BO4 had a couple of good ones, and so did Cold War, but BO3 I think just had the most overall. Considering there's a dedicated melee slot in Black Ops 6, wouldn't be surprised if we get at least about 1 to 2 melee weapons every single season. This weapon has 30 levels to grind through, mastery badge support, and they mention it's a 2-hit kill with very short range and a very fast attack speed. Now there will be different animations when holding this Power Drill, including a mix of sweeps, jabs, uppercuts, and heavy attacks that drills straight on. I wonder if it'll be like the Soul Render melee weapon from MW3, where you kind of get into this cool animation that you're just kind of stuck in when you end up using the melee attack on certain enemies. But they said the weapon is ideal for putting a hole in the competition when the going gets tough. Next up, we have another melee weapon, the Cleaver, releasing also during the mid-season, and just like the Power Drill, this will be an event reward unlock. So we're looking at quite a few events that could be dropping throughout Season 1, unless there's like just a handful of events, and then through one event alone, you're going to get multiple DLC weapons. That's unclear as of now, but this melee will come with 30 levels to grind through, mastery badge support, and it's going to be a 1-hit kill with a short medium range and a medium attack speed. Now there will be a quick attack you can do and a heavy attack you can do here with the Cleaver itself, as they suggested inside of the blog post. But the last thing I will end with is the confirmation of new special weapon attachments. So it looks like aftermarket parts from MW3 are returning to an extent. So these attachments are considered conversions of some sort, and the unlocks are actually interesting. Although we're not getting the return of weekly challenges in Black Ops 6, we're going to be seeing a new system that I don't think we know that much about just yet, that will incorporate the opportunity to earn DLC weapons like what I just mentioned with those challenge events, and even these new attachment options. So we have the 12-gauge Dragon's Breath attachment coming at launch through page 7 of the Battle Pass. Now it'll prevent using barrel attachments, but the trade-off is well worth when seeking a fiery finish. We then have the Buffer weight stock coming later in season. It'll be compatible with the XM4, XMG light machine gun, the DM10 marksman, and it'll be a stock attachment through an event unlock. Now this will provide significantly smoother action through the additional resistance met by the bolt carrier group. The improvement improvement results in more manageable recoil through sustained fire, ideal for staying on target, though at the expense of ADS speed and aim walk movement. So this will be one of those attachments that I'm sure ends up being used on some of the meta weaponry throughout Season 1. We then have the burst fire conversion also coming in Season. It'll be compatible with the XM4 through a fire mod and will also be unlocked through an event. So this will convert the XM4's assault rifle primary firing into a 3-round burst to help conserve ammo and stay on target. There's an impressive lack of recoil, as they also confirmed here. And then lastly, we also have the burst fire conversion coming for the compact 92 submachine gun, one of the best weapons in the game right now, also unlocked through an event reward. They mentioned it'll convert the compact 92 into an exceptionally rapid 3-round burst weapon, and when you need to fire quickly in close quarters, hold on the trigger to automatically cycle through some burst shots. So some pretty cool attachments coming to the game. Again, maybe they're just referring to them as event rewards right now, but we're not really sure what that means. Are they events where you have challenges in every game mode? Are they just a bunch of weapon unlock challenges in one single event? We just have to wait and see exactly how they're going to end up dropping this content. But either way, although we're not getting weekly challenges, it's great that we know there's at least a couple of actual seasonal events coming, which will reward us with some pretty valuable items like ranged weaponry. I think that's fantastic and a nice change of pace from just unlocking camels or blueprints as we saw in MW3. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the Season 1 weaponry for Black Ops 6 and Warzone? As a reminder, as you unlock items by playing Black Ops 6, or maybe if you do challenges in Warzone, you'll be able to use those weapons universally in any game mode of your choice. Doesn't look like prestiging will affect your unlocks for those base weapons, but either way, if you get blueprints for the weapons through bundles, through battle passes, you can infinitely use those blueprints forever, regardless if you do prestige. With that being said, really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.